going to share an experience where a demonic witch tried to hijack my consciousness, and how she went about doing it. So, if you find yourself in a similar situation, you can see the signs and put an end to it faster than I did. Started off with this individual commenting on my videos. It was just compliment after compliment, and the next thing you know, we start texting on a daily basis. And what I didn't realize was that this was a demonic cult member, dark practitioner that accepted money to, perform black magic against people and was considered to be, a high ranking witch, which I can honestly laugh at now. The very first sign I received that something was up, you know, this is someone who was just basically love bombing me the whole time, using her psychic abilities to manipulate me as well as mirror back my energy to me. What I realized was that this was an individual who studied my videos and watched my videos for a long time before she ever commented on one of them. And so she was mirroring back my energy. And the very first sign I got that something was up was when she offered to send me a bottle of wine. It was so strange, it was a bottle of wine from the other side of the globe or plane. And at first I thought to myself, how cool would that be, right? And for some reason, my intuition just told me, you can't drink that wine, you can't accept it because she's going to do black magic on it. Now, this is weird because I thought this was my friend, right? But my gut was just like, okay, I'm not drinking that. And I even said to her, I'm like, you know what? Because I know your history, she told me about all the things she was forced to do as a child because she was growing up in one of these twisted cults. And so something I just thought, because of her background and all this black magic and all her knowledge in black magic, I was just like, you know what, there's no way I'm drinking that because I just, I might consider you to be my friend at this point, but I don't trust you. So something in my gut was just like, okay, if she sends you this bottle of wine, you can't drink it. And that should have been, finitoed right there, right? But it just didn't make sense because we were having such great conversations. And then what I found was that she used her psychic abilities to manipulate me, to get me in a emotionally depleted state, where she then, connected chords and all this kind of shit to me in the astral realm. So that's another thing you want to pay attention to. If they try to get you emotionally worked up, they're siphoning your energy and also getting you to a weak point where they can, hook up shit to you. So if you do find yourself cutting out someone from your life that sounds like this, make sure you do a cord cutting after. So where did the consciousness hijacking come into play? Well, a few months after chatting, she started talking about this being named Abaddon and how I should start working with him, and eventually got to the point where she was like, you need to let this entity basically into your brain and allow him to rewire your thought patterns. And I was just like, man, I work with Jesus, Shiva, and Archangel Michael. Raphael, I ain't letting in someone, I ain't giving my permission to let some being that I don't know, come in and give them access to rewriting my thought patterns. Like, nah, I don't think so. And she kept, influencing, work with them, work with them, work with them. I'm just like, what the fuck? And she tried proving to me how powerful he was. I had this log in my backyard where I put candle holders on. And, I woke up one morning and it was burnt completely on the top, like a big strip, except where the candles were. She was trying to prove to me how powerful this being was and how I should just let him work with me. But I was never really accepting, and so she tried to get me into a low emotional state, drain my energy, frustrate me, do all this shit, sending me all this bullshit energy so that she could get this entity to attach to me and basically hijack my consciousness. Another time, she sent me this video out of the blue with this jar hell water. So scary, right? Dirty water with rust and a nail. Oh my God, my name was in it. So she sends me this video with this jar, and she's got her hands going out and some candles around it. And as soon as, about 3 seconds in, my intuition, my higher self was just like, don't watch this. She wants you to focus on it so your energy goes in there, and then her little black magic bullshit is more effective. And that's when I was just like, okay, this is screwed up. And then the funny thing is, she ends up waking up with broken ribs because whatever she was trying to send to me was sent back to her. Smashed her up a little bit in the astral realm, which ended up resulting with her having broken ribs in the physical. Must be rather embarrassing for someone that takes large payments to do black magic on someone. And that's when I was like, okay, yeah, see you later, kind of thing, right? Like block, block, block. Can't block all the fake accounts, but you do what you can do. A lot of times when we think about destiny swapping, we think of someone stealing our energy or copying us. But one of the most effective ways to destiny swap, which is basically, using your energy, is to become your friend. Because if you see someone in a good light, when a chosen one focuses love on someone, their life becomes better. So if these individuals can come in and love bomb you and make you, radiate this good energy towards them, their life becomes more positive. The main thing I learned from this experience was that, these individuals are just little children with unhealed childhood trauma running around in adult suits, and they may feel powerful when their little potions do work on certain individuals, but these are the people when they have to face their karma in the afterlife, they become the biggest cowards. And for this individual that did this to me, I've released, I've let go, I've learned a lot. A lot of things happened that helped me grow and evolve because of, the demons she was sending my way. But, this is an individual who's made herself present to me. And so, I am a big believer in karma, and I sleep well at night knowing that these individuals, once the spotlight's on them for what they've done, their life is never going to be the same again. They're going to live out their life experiencing nasty karma for the rest of their days. I do my own little thing. This woman here, she's shot up the rank to my number 2 least favorite human being on planet Earth. So what I do with individuals that stick their head out, I just simply go into the spirit realm, grab their soul by the neck, take them up to the cosmos and highlight their face. And then my higher self takes his right thumb and presses it right between their third eye. And this burns a black hole between their third eye. And what that does is it just basically puts a beacon on them for all of, my angels, ancestors, and friends down below. Not a good move to, if you're going to fuck over a chosen one, you want to make sure that they don't know it was you, because, you're putting yourself in a bad situation. Smash that like and subscribe so we can do this again.